We're gonna do Angel Quest Oracle cards today. And to see what is going on. Angel cards. We're gonna talk about today's Pluto opposition. So today we have Venus in Leo, which is in opposition to Pluto in Aquarius, and this is huge as it's stirring up not just the shadow work, but any blocks in your love life, finances, or around self-worth. So these are some of the themes that are coming up. Just give me 1 minute while I find this video and get it set up and shared out. If you're just finding me, take a second to say hi, connect with the energies, leave a comment. Make sure you're also sharing this video out, especially if you're trying to get cards and things like that. Let's see. All right, so make sure you guys are hitting the share button and give me 1 minute while I'm trying to figure that out too. Angel cards and talking about the energies. Let's see. Okay, so make sure you guys are sharing this out. It's being a little weird for me, so I'm just gonna get started anyways. All right, so today's energies are very, very important. I did put an article up, and make sure you guys hit the share button too. I did put an article or a post up on my website talking about today's energies, as I think they're very, very important too, as we've moved into this beautiful, we'll say Venus and Leo energy, but it is in opposition to Pluto in Aquarius, so this means it's bringing up the shadow work. Now, when we deal with Venus and Leo solo, it's bringing a beautiful heart chakra awakening and a glow up and like a buzz and very positive energies for your love life. But when we're dealing with Pluto and Aquarius, it's like I said, it's ego check kind of energy, and I know these combine. And so it's really a mirroring type of energy showing you what you may need to continue to heal within yourself or work on. And so I think this is very important too, because when we're dealing with Pluto and Aquarius, this is a big theme kind of playing out. It's showing us what we need to dismantle when it comes to our programming within ourselves, but also collectively. We see a huge collective transformation coming out and we know that with this awakening. And so this is like literal shadow work, diving into what you can't see, healing, relationships, wounds, projections, traumas, and everything you're still holding on to within your energy field for your ascension. So everyone is a little bit different as to what might be coming up, but it could be stirring up things, whether this is just feeling things a little bit intense, and then this is bringing a kind of an intense energy for your relationships to encourage you to kind of dive in deeper and to go deeper within your relationship. So we have a very transformative energy that when we do heal ourselves, we kind of can hold more light, we can go into a higher frequency, and we can really, really stay and stabilize into that 5D frequency as well too. Okay, so I'm going to stop there, but I put a nice article up on my website if you guys are looking to go more into this, and we're going to do angel cards today. I brought Angel Quest Oracle cards. Make sure you guys have shared this out and left a comment if you're trying to get a card. Make sure you guys are checking out my website, sparksofdivinelighealing.com. I do tons of readings. I do those as phone call sessions with you. And I do a ton of energy work. I am a healer, and I do a ton of healings, clearings, and activations on my website. I'm a psychic medium as well too, so I also teach a lot of classes like Reiki and Sikhem on there. Everything's really going to help you with your ascension and awakening journey. If you need me, just kind of book me on there. So we're going to do some angel cards today. Make sure you guys have shared this out. If you guys are able to sign up and be a supporter or send stars or PayPal donations, please do. It's an awesome way you guys can give something back if you're getting something out of this page. So if you're sending stars, I'm going to try to give you a psychic shout out, but you guys can always, I always say send them just because if they're working. Okay, so we're going to do some angel cards. Just wanted to get on here. Make sure you guys have shared out the video and left a comment. Okay, so I have Michelle Cox. It wasn't letting me share it a ton, so okay, Michelle, healing grief. Archangel Azrael is helping you to heal after your loss, and I love this because we're dealing with heart chakra energies with this alignment too. And sometimes this is like grief and it's noticeable, like death of a loved one and loss if you've been through that. But sometimes it's just everything that you've been through and everything that you've had to let go of in this lifetime on the journey too. So this could be like every time you've closed out a chapter, had to let go of a friend or a partner, or, you know, some of the internal transformation that we're going through too. Now, my favorite, some of you guys are kind of sensitive to the collective energies too, especially if you are some type of empath, light worker, old soul, starseed. You're probably picking up on the collective field, collective energies, and maybe some of the heightened struggle that some are going through on the planet. This could be from the people around you or just on a collective level. And sometimes you guys are processing that too. And so this is letting go. This is heart chakra work too. And I wanted to bring specifically angel cards for today's energies because this is like, we could be really working with the angels to help us on our healing journey as well too. So this is everything that you've had to let go of and kind of processing that, as they say, letting go of your old life to really shift into your new one. And this is something that we really go through as we're letting go of with this very transformative Pluto energy, letting go of old versions or past versions of ourselves to really become that 5D higher version of ourselves that we're all kind of working towards in this time. So we're letting go of a lot of attachment to the old. This could be the old you and old versions of you and things that came with that. Or on the collective level, we're living during different times than ever on this planet too. And it could be letting go of, you know, attachments to the old on the 3D to the 5D level as well too. So this is really healing your heart chakra. This could be old energies, blocks, things that you've been through, and releasing any grief. Amanda G. Wait. Hold on. Yeah, Amanda. Loving kindness. Archangel Chamiel is summoning you to be more understanding and sensitive. And this is something that comes out of this journey. Like, I don't want to say closed off, but this is like what I'm being shown. Sometimes we're kind of closed off and we open up. And this could be psychically, empathic gifts, you know, healing abilities, all sorts of gifts that are coming online through this journey as well too. Now, I love this because this is also heart chakra message, working with Archangel Chamiel, amazing for your heart chakra as well too, maybe opening up a little bit more. So this is, we really want to embody these. So when I was looking at these cards and I'm like about to get started, some of these messages may seem very basic, but they're qualities that are very angelic, and even, you know, the archangels possess certain qualities that we wish to or want to embody through our spiritual journey here on earth. And so they may seem basic, some of these cards and messages, but we want to really, really embody, I'll call them traits, right? These traits or aspects and bring them online more. So this is like just showing kindness for everyone, literally like the dog, right? For showing kindness. This could be if you have a pet on the other side of the message, but generally just showing kindness for all and kind of opening up and more understanding and things like that. Okay, let's do Maria H. And make sure you guys are leaving a comment if you're here and want a card. Okay, going within. The angels are asking you to calm your mind and feel the power of spirit within you. And I see so many amazing spirit signs, messages, synchronicities in everyone's lives if we can really pick up on them. And sometimes we might think, oh, this is just a coincidence or whatever. But literally you're getting so many just for you unique spirit messages to help you through the process. And this is like everything we need to heal is within. And I love this because for this person, this is very third eye, mental energy and mindset energy. And as we do that inner work to clear out blocks and negative thoughts and limited programming, we manifest so amazing. This is like the work that goes into amazing things come out of this. Rewards, manifesting anything you want in life, up-leveling your whole life. But of course, we have to go in and we have to do the inner work first, right? Or wherever we're at. And we have to continue to do the inner work because we can always fall backwards into old patterns if we're not. So this is mental chatter. And this is the ego. So I was talking about these energies being like a little bit of a reality check for the ego, and the ego does not like that. And I see that because it's the ego that struggles in many different ways. So this is the work that we do oftentimes when we come to the mind and the mental healing, the ego and things like that too, or letting go of negativity. And there's so many things that can really help you with this too, for any of the internal struggles that we may go through or we may face. And this is why I'm always like, I have so much energy healing. A lot of times people come to me at different times, obviously anytime you need it, right? Anytime you're needing it, whether you're really needing it and going through something, or you're just wanting to up level your energy and things like that too. Affirmations, doing that internal work, meditation, and there's just so many techniques that you guys are learning. And as you're turning towards the spiritual, you're filling your toolbox of like learning what works for you or what, is really good for you and things like that too. So energy work is amazing for clearing a lot of the old, or if you're having a lot of stress or things come up, because when the ego starts to spin, this is what causes fear, anxiety, and all of this stuff that isn't great for the rest of our body. So this is clearing any negativity from the mind for this person. Let's do Becky. Signs from deceased loved ones. Okay, your departed loved ones are giving you signs to let you know they're with you. So I'm just going to give you, I always say these stories. I'm going to give you a really fast, quick example. And I was saying this morning, we get so many signs and things like that. It could be like all sorts of signs. Spirit comes through in many, many different ways. A lot of times in nature, your electricity, and trying to get your attention in many different ways. And I was saying, I was picking out my usual, trying to get a fairy cake yesterday. And I'm like, not the best selections, jokes aside, right? And I was thinking, my mom used to make these really nice, whatever, like she would put like fruit on these little cakes and whipped cream or whatever. And I was thinking, I'd kill for like a strawberry one. But okay, so I like get my groceries this morning and I ordered it, and there's like a strawberry cake cup in there. And like, it wasn't something I saw at all on the list, and they sent it to me by accident. And it was like, I took it as a spirit sign or a message. And sometimes it can come through in the most basic ways. I do a lot of my site classes to tap into more of your mediumship gifts and things like that. A lot of you guys are seeing signs. It could be as simple as a butterfly, it could be a bird, but it could be something like, thinking of this person coming to mind and paying attention to what you're thinking about, because they're trying to send you messages. Now, the more that we work on ourselves and unblock our energy, we're going to be able to pick up things telepathically. And this makes us really powerful as humans too, that we're able to communicate on that level too. So this is like really paying attention, because your departed loved ones are sending you signs to let you know they're with you and like making this journey with you. And everyone's soul is different as to the process we go through. But some of you guys might have loved ones at the other side that are very much walking this path with you, or even, has transitioned or say transformed into a different role, where they could have been, one person to you in this life, and from the other side they might be helping you as a spiritual guide, or an anchor to the other side, so that you can activate your psychic medium gifts or open up and start to, ask questions to get into this stuff and seek answers and things like that too. And so you might be guided to make space. Pay attention while I'm reading this message too. If someone's coming to mind, it could be one person or multiple people, but being guided to really connect. I always say when we stop connecting, the connection gets weaker too. We can do a lot to strengthen the connection, like mediumship readings and connecting with them in many different ways, but someone is trying to get your attention from the other side. It's like, I put on some music in my living room and the TV goes out. And this was happening with another device, right? Or like you could see like spirit taking over your phone, or music you're playing, or things like that, or sending you a favorite song, or direct messages letting you know that they are right here with them. And sometimes it'll be like, you're not really noticing. I always say you're going about life, and sometimes it'll make you stop and like literally you'll know very, very strongly that this person is sending you messages. And not just that, they're trying to get your attention. Magdalene B. Discipline. The angels are asking you to increase your level of self-discipline. So healing takes work on ourselves. We have to change and sometimes shake off negative patterns and things we're doing, things that we're sabotaging ourselves. And I love Virgo season because it is like the healing archetype. It's the maiden, but it's healing archetype. And we're very strongly, especially we'll say from now until, and the new moon kind of kicked this off, but from now until we'll say the September equinox, we're being guided to really, really make ourselves, our energy healing, and even healing our health a priority during this time, and taking care of ourselves, taking better care of ourselves. But it's also about changing bad habits. If you guys got some negative habits that you know you're struggling with, and they're kind of the old you, this is a gradual process of like working on things and shifting out of things that are holding you back. Virgo season is all about purifying and clearing yourself and healing what you need to as well too, but this takes a lot of work sometimes. Like you're having to work on yourselves and do that self work. This is what Ascension kind of entails, and a lot of times it takes like discipline and continuing to show up for yourself. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm going to do a new project and I do it day one. That's my favorite with like New Year's resolutions. So day one, I'm going on a diet. And then by second day, they're done with it. It takes discipline to work on yourself and to kick bad habits or to heal certain patterns or whatever it is. And you have to kind of keep working on yourself. So this is where the self-discipline comes in, whether you're trying to build a new business or heal something within yourself or to manifest something. And I see that with the manifesting too. We're having to like literally work on it until we get it. We'll say till it arrives or it comes through. Okay, David Curtin, Hope. Archangel Phaneal is granting you the faith and strength you need during this time. And so I love this because I was talking about things like strength, and I love this because we're in that Leo energy. And I noticed I put up a couple, and usually it's like different themes, but I noticed today and tomorrow we have a big focus on the solar plexus and personal empowerment, taking back our power, stepping into our power, and things like that too. Make sure that you're staying positive, moving forward, and having faith in the process, your life, what's coming through. And like I said, these are powerful traits that we want to have and we want to embody as we're going through the process. So this is a little bit of solar plexus, stepping into your power kind of energy. It's the lion, and Leo is always represented by the strength card in the tarot. It's the lion, it's the solar plexus energy. So feelings, crown chakra, spiritual connection energy. Let's do Tiffany. Wisdom. The angel of wisdom is granting you insight into the higher realms. And I love this because as we're opening up more, we'll say cleansing, clearing, guess what? We connect. I always talk about that as our spiritual connection. You're getting a lot of clarity. And sometimes this could come in the form of many different psychic gifts. And sometimes we talk about downloads. And that's one common way that in the 5D or we'll say ascending, we get these downloads. It's you just getting this knowing. And I really say this is like, we have a lot of light codes and energy. We call these light and energy coming into the planet. They're packed full of light codes. And we talk about light codes, yes, they activate us in our DNA, but they actually carry a lot of information and can connect us. And so you're getting a lot of direct downloads. This could be from source, your spirit guides, your angels. And so you're getting a lot of information. And oftentimes the most powerful information that we're getting, yes, it could be about the cosmos and life, but about your life and what direction to take, you know, and really bringing this down into the physical. These light codes help us to create the new earth in our 5D lives, or to navigate our experience and to get more clarity on a situation. And so sometimes instead of making huge decisions, we might want to, and that's out of emotion, right? Oftentimes we might want to sit and reflect and meditate on it. Go to a quiet place by yourself, right? Go to a quiet place by yourself so that you're in your own energy and kind of reflect on things. Now, some of you guys with your awakening, you're probably craving a lot more solitude and we'll say moments to yourself so that you can tap in and get more clarity. This could come obviously awaken through downloads and tapping into your psychic gifts, or even through meditation and many different means. Pay attention to things you're being shown. It could be a literal getting clarity. I call it the aha moments. Sometimes we're kind of like, I don't know what comes next. You got this blank next chapter, and then suddenly, you know, you're getting that clarity as to be filling that chapter. So getting directions moving forward for you, or clarity on the situation. Amanda G. Unexpected blessings. The angels are surprising you with gifts from above. And this is also, we're tapping into a lot of positive things through this experience. We talk about little gifts. This could be signs, synchronicities. It could be actual abundance and like good things good luck, good fortune. This is very, for this person, when I'm tapping it, it's very Jupiter energy and activating that, and like very lucky, things working out, things aligning, Jupiter energy, good fortune, sudden plot shifts. So I wasn't trying to be dreary ever, but sometimes we have to do the work, and it's spiritual work, it's healing work. So that last new moon did have a lot of South Node undertones and this very karmic baggage. And as we're moving into eclipse season, sometimes that can bring, a toss of energies or a mixed energy. However, I feel that harvest moon is very, very positive. It's a Pisces harvest moon. It's very, very positive energy, even though it's an eclipse. And so you're starting to kind of come out of it and like have like things kind of align. And so there's been a lot of like clearing old baggage energy kind of coming up at us. But as you're getting more clear, you're getting more aligned, and you might be feeling really, really good. When we don't feel good, and I don't mean momentarily, I mean like in life, right? Sometimes this is what depression really is out of alignment or not being happy, right? And when we're in alignment, generally we feel really happy and aligned. We're like just trying to explain it, right? And so we go through obviously purges and clearing of negative energy with Ascension and Awakening. But once you're starting to really get into alignment with your 5D version of self, you're going to really notice some shifts in how you're feeling and things like that. Okay, we're going to do Linda D. Music. The angels are urging you to welcome more music into your life, and this could just be to feel better. You ever put on like a song you love and you feel instant better? Maybe you're driving in your car and you play it real loud, you put it on in your house. It brings a really, really good vibe into it. And specifically, we're kind of connecting with either the other side or our angels. We can use that as a powerful force to connect with loved ones on the other side. Put on their favorite song. They'll love it, by the way, right? Okay, so oftentimes spirit, I'll say the spiritual, which is the other dimension, I call it the other side, loves to communicate with us through music too. You might be not sure about a situation. You're just, the hanged man, right, is coming up in limbo. You don't know. And, you go randomly turn on the radio and you hear some lyrics that seem to kind of be just for you and your situation and kind of ear you away from the universe. Or, you're just getting your groceries and like suddenly on the loudspeakers, some song lyrics are coming on and they might uplift you, or they might be speaking directly to you, because the universe is actually energy. And so it has to have a voice to us, right? It could be downloads, but sometimes it loves to speak to us through signs, magic, synchronicity, or music and things like that, and things we hear. And so we can go another layer deeper. Sometimes it could be like someone says something to you and it gets your attention, and it could be a channeled message. And some people are channeling things and they don't even know it. And so like your friend, you could just be talking to someone, right? Your acquaintance, your friend says something that really gets your attention and is divine and it is like just for you. And then, a minute later, you kind of question them on it and they're like, I don't know. Right? So sometimes people are channeling things and giving you spirit messages, and maybe they're aware of it, like, hi, I do this for a job. But maybe some people, it could be like a stranger that like you just met for 1 minute and you started talking to you, and they say something to you that's very profound and gets your attention. So pay attention, because the universe is always giving you messages through the people around you, and even greater things like the songs you're hearing or whatever it is. I always kind of joke around that sometimes it's like life has like a soundtrack. You'll be like, right? You're at a funeral, they're going to be playing some funeral music, I think. Just bad example. You're at a party, maybe they're going to play a little bit more uplifting music, right? Like dance party, they're playing dance music. It just kind of depends, but I like to think of that too. Okay, we're going to do Bridget. Joy, another solar plexus message. You're being guided to do more things that make you happy. So we can't fake a frequency. And so sometimes we get in a routine. I call this a loop, by the way. We get in a routine. Next day, you're doing the same thing. You're going to work. You're going to the same job. Maybe not all the time, but we're creatures of habit oftentimes. And so sometimes we have a lot of obligations to do on planet Earth, right? We're sucked into the matrix or whatever it is. And so sometimes we're just doing a lot of what we have to. We call it survival mode. We're doing a lot of what we have to. And, you start out really happy and excited about it. But after doing the same day 500 times, sometimes you're like, okay, I can't wait to get this day over with. And so this is why we need new experiences. And it's what we crave as humans. This is why the universe loves to shake things up at times too. And so we really can't fake a frequency. So your friend has been, inviting you to do an activity that you really don't enjoy, but you keep going and you're just, you're obligated, but not really having the best time. Whereas if you pick an activity that you've been really excited to try your entire life, and it's kind of an exciting experience, or it's a hobby, or it's something that genuinely, gives you joy and lights you up, this is being guided to explore those pathways as something for you. And it's okay. So we call this resonance and soul resonance. And we're here to really, really live a soul-led experience. And this is what makes the 5D a little bit different, because we tend to navigate the 5D from more of this like soul-aligned place. And so like usually if, there's a lot of activities you don't enjoy, this is where some people might start pushing them off, unless it's your job, right? Unless you have to. You're like, oh, I don't feel like that. And then you tend to want to do more experiences that like you're actually excited about, or you're following your own inner compass and guidance towards. And this can really help you, like whether this is something creative, a new job, a new pathway, a hobby. Some people, they never, I always say like art as an example, they never picked up a paintbrush, and they were meant to be some type of artist. So like they never tried it. And it's like, okay. And so it could be like these little hobbies. I see people all over, like suddenly, they got into some type of hobby and they're making it a job, or maybe not, but maybe you just really, find that inner glow that way. And I love this Leo energy back at us with Venus and Leo, because it's really shining a light on creative stuff. And just to really tap into I always call it our inner sun, our solar plexus, so that we can bring more joy and happiness into our life. The universe does not want you to live a mediocre life where you're not happy. It wants you to really tap into that and bring more light into yourself, your being, but also to connect with your soul on a greater level too. So if you're guided to start, exploring new activities or pathways that really bring you joy, make sure that you are. This brings a really good energy into your life. Let's do PM. Preserving the environment. Archangel Ariel is calling upon you to assist her in protecting our beautiful planet. Some of you guys might feel really passionate about that, especially if you're elemental and really connected with the earth. And so we're learning that we really, really need to strengthen that connection, both with source, this upper energy, I call it. So I think of the two plumes as earth and source energy, masculine, feminine, but so we're being guided to really connect with nature. This could be like cleaning things up, like, right? This could be getting passionate on Earth Day, or passionate about the planet, or like, I hope they're clearing away some of the toxicity for all of us, for all of our sake, living on planet Earth during this time that isn't very good for us. And it could be like on the down low that you're being guided to, I don't want to say like go be an activist, but maybe you feel passionate about the planet and protecting it, because this is what light workers do as well too. Some of you guys are literally guardians of the earth, and you came here to help protect the planet during this time and to heal the planet as a whole during this time. And I feel that's part of, the awakening process too. So connecting with the earth is really, really good for you. You might even feel passionate about it in some way. Let's do Nathi. Healing. Archangel Raphael is assisting you in healing your mind, body, and spirit. So we're learning how to heal all of these aspects too. We talk about the mind, the body, and of course our soul being very, very important. They talk about this a lot in the Law of One too. So this is healing all levels of your life that may need it during this time. A lot of times fear and anxiety, of course they exist in the body because we're going to feel them, but a lot of times they come into our mind as well too. And so this is like, and then we tend to create things we don't like, and that's like the ego state, the mental, the mind, and of course our body on the physical level. If our body is out of balance, it's going to let us know by health issues that we have blockages in our energy body, and that this is why energy healing is so, so important, to release these blockages, to heal the physical body, and of course the soul and things like that too. When we've been through trauma and loss and grief and all the things that we go through on planet Earth, we tend to fragment and even, go through, let's call it soul loss and other issues issues too, where we need to bring back these aspects to make ourselves whole again. So this is why oftentimes people can feel that on the, we'll say the physical or the spiritual level when they really, really need healing. This is healing all of these aspects. Working with Archangel Raphael will help. Energy healing, I'm like, hey, energy healing helps a ton to heal on all levels as well too. So you're going to find as you are healing yourself that you're really healing on all of these levels too. Let's do Nevin. Intuition. Spirit is encouraging you to trust your inner guidance. Make sure you're paying attention to your intuition. Is literally guiding you through this experience and always helping you to navigate it. You might pick up on it, like we talked about downloads. You might have thoughts about it clearly, like if we pay attention to our mind and what's coming to mind. It's also, pinpointing what's kind of going on with us, what's coming up, what we're moving through, or what we're navigating. It can indicate blocks and stuck energy if we're currently if we're constantly going into the past or old stuff. It can show us areas we need to heal. But intuitively, your body is always letting you know, so sometimes, you could think something is great and whatever, but it could bring up like fear, stress, or anxiety. And this is your body kind of letting you know intuitively. Or it could be like really good feelings about something. You got really positive feelings about that new hobby that you were going to do, or wherever you were going, or whatever situation you're in. Your intuition is always speaking to you. And I think it's important that instead of not listening to our body, especially if it's not doing well, we talked about that last message and needing to heal it, but intuitively that it's always letting you know through feelings, things you're picking up on, and how you feel about a certain situation. So we're being guided to really unblock our intuitive system. And sometimes that goes down to solar plexus work and letting go of Pluto energy, old repressed emotions, so that we can better connect with and tap into our intuition. Because when we disconnect, I want to say spiritually, the asleep state, but intuitively, we can get very lost here because we're not really sure, looking to the external, don't know what to be doing with my life, don't know where I'm going. And so it's important that we're better connecting with our intuition, because it will get a lot more clear as you're listening to it and working through it. It's kind of like if you're in a situation that we'll say maybe isn't great for you. These are just examples of the read. And maybe it isn't great for you, and your spirit guides have been sending you the same messages for 92 years and you don't listen. It might get a little quieter, because we are being required to also get the messages but act on them too, and kind of make the changes here too. So your spirit guides and angels are always sending you guidance of what to be doing. We want to better connect with our intuition, because it gets a lot louder the more that you trust it, right? And kind of trust the spiritual that's helping us, and so much help too. So you're always picking up on things. These could be subtle nudges, intuitive feelings, how your body feels, and things like that too. Trust me, when we're in a situation that isn't good, everything is screaming at you and letting you know, the thoughts, the body, right? And so just pay attention to your intuition. It's guiding you on all levels. Let's do Nikki S. Friendship. The angels are encouraging you to spend more time with those that make you feel good. And some of you guys are really connecting with, I call them soulmates, but soul-aligned connections that you're finding through your awakening. People just kind of come in that are very supportive. You're going to know who is being very supportive, and maybe the ones that you've had difficult time with and you didn't feel were very supportive. The universe is going to send people into your path that are going to help you with your spiritual awakening and anything that you're kind of going through. Pay attention, because you're coming back into, I call it your soul group, at different times within your awakening. You're going to find other people that are awake and that they're reflective of your new self. And so we have the old self. These are people that usually karmically pull you into, I don't want to say toxic, bad habits or negative patterns, that they reflect your past. Like if you had problems with X, Y, and Z, they're going to be doing X, Y, and Z and saying, come do X, Y, and Z with me, right? Okay, they're reflective of your old self, some people. There's going to be people that you meet on your journey that are very reflective of where you're going, like your future self, your higher self. Like if you're into, we'll just say health and wellness, they're probably going to be into the same stuff, or whatever it is. They're going to be very, very positive people that you're going to meet on your journey that are much more soul aligned. So I think, I don't want to say the problem. The problem with Earth is we go through a lot of karmic clearing work to get where we are now and where we're headed. Make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that are positive for you and that are like uplifting you and healthy for you. I think that's the code word right there. Be around people that are healthy for you and that are positive for you and that are uplifting for you, because this is going to be very supportive of you energetically and your spiritual awakening too. You're meeting new soul aligned connections that the universe is bringing in. Some of these are spirit matched, and the universe is bringing new people into your awareness. Stay open to new connections that are going to be much more healthy and healing for you. Okay, I'm going on that note, but if you guys do need me, great day to catch me. You guys can always book me on my website, sparksofdivinelightshealing.com.